Welcome to my podcast, guys. If you are here to work on your relationship with your child, then you are for sure in the right space, because you will always have to work on your relationship with yourself. And this is what I offer here on my podcast. So if you listen to my podcast and hear things that are not obviously related to your son, listen on, because whatever you improve in your relationship with yourself will automatically improve all of your relationships, including with your son. So welcome and enjoy. Hey everyone, how's everyone doing today? I'm so happy. Kids are back at school. Woohoo! They had a 1 week break, which actually was a 10 days at home in super cold weather. So it's good to have warm weather back, and they're at school, so I can get back to all my projects and coaching and painting and just freedom. So I'm so happy. And so I just was on my walk and thinking about all of you. And recently I've been kind of reevaluating why I got into this whole life coaching thing. And it is kind of revisiting the reason. And the reason is because it kind of helped me make sense of the world. And that's what I want to give you today, the equation that helps me make sense of the whole world, okay? Which helps me solve any problem that comes my way. And I learned this tool from my coach, Brooke Castillo, but in one of my conversations with a client a while ago who is an engineer, it helped me to kind of take this tool a little bit further, or help me form it in a way that is even just a bit different and more helpful. So this will be interesting to listen to my clients who've been with me for a while, who already know the tool, but this is just another way of looking at it, which is really cool for someone like who was my client, who's an engineer, whose brain works in like a very logical, mathematical way. And so we made this tool and made it into an equation, okay? So an equation, I kind of remember those math problems that we used to do in school, and they would say, okay, we have the given for this problem is the wind is this 20 kilometers an hour, and we need to figure out how to get this ship to this point. What's the fastest route, right? So we have to calculate like the distance and the speed and the angle that it would go, right? So we would have to figure out all these variables to get the ship to this point at the fastest way, or the shortest route, with this constraint, right? So the same way we can look at life. For example, we have, let's say, you have a constraint, you have this job, right? That's your constraint. Or the constraint, right? If you don't want to change this constraint, then that's your constraint. Or you can change it, right? But anyway, the way that you can look at all of your life and is through these criteria, these different categories, okay? So let's say the equation is x plus y plus z equals r result, okay? So the x and y and z are your ingredients to create the result. And so the ingredients that you are in control of are your thoughts, okay? Your thoughts, the sentences you think in your head. Then you have to also have a feeling. Your thoughts will create a feeling. And then the action, right? So if you have the right combination of the thought, the feeling, and the action, then you will get the result that you desire for that result, right? For example, if you want to bake a cake, your thoughts to bake a cake could be, I can do this, right? That's your thought. That's your X. Plus a feeling, that's your Y. So the feeling would be confident, for example. Then plus your action. So if your action is, mix the ingredients, put it in the oven, follow the instructions, right? Those are your actions. Then if you combine them all together, I can do this, you feel confident, you do the actions, and you have equals the R equals the result, which is you desire, which is a cake, right? So that is the equation that you can plug anything in your life into and solve for it. You can do this in hindsight. For example, if you did not get the result you want, you can plug things in that you had, right? Like you can look at it like a recipe. Oh, what thoughts did I have back then? What feelings did I have? And what did I do to get this result that I don't want, right? You can apply this for the future thinking. You can say, okay, this is the result I want. If this is the job that I want, what thoughts do I have to have? What feelings do I have to have? And what actions do I actually have to take to get this result? And here's when I was taking a walk, I was playing around in my head and seeing what would happen if, for example, if we have the right actions, right? Like applying for the job, going to an interview, sending the resume, right? We have all the right actions, but we don't have the right feeling. We don't have the right thought. Then what would happen? Then we would not get the right result. We would not get the result that we want. And here's actually a perfect place for me to tell you that the result is always the result for us in our life. Okay? And whenever we want a job, we actually want to feel a certain way when we get that job. Right? So let's say you want this job because you want to feel confident, right? So, but if you do all the right actions but you don't fuel them with confidence, then the result for you can never be you being confident. It will always be you in doubt, right? So even if you get the job that you want, you will still not have the result that you desire, which is actually the feeling that you want, right? I kind of maybe confused you guys a little bit right now, but this we can look at results two ways. We can look at the results in a materialistic way, and we can look at results that you want for you. So I recommend you guys always look at results. What result do I want for me when I have this? Right? When I get married, how do I want to feel? I don't want to just be married and feel disconnected. I want to be married so I feel connected and intimate, and I feel love and I feel loved, right? So that is actually the hidden ultimate winning result that you want when you get married, right? You don't want to just get married just to have the status. Although, right, some people like for arranged marriage, or not arranged marriage, but like contracts that people have, like green card marriages, they actually do want to be married, so they have the status of being married, and they don't have the other reasons. They don't want to feel loved and connected, right? Always very important to check your reasons. So then you can actually accurately know which result you're wanting, right? And so that's why actually so often people, they say, oh, I thought I wanted this, but when I got it, that's not what I wanted. It is because they weren't actually very specific about how they want to feel. They weren't specific about the actual result that they want and in all the details, right? And so if we take this equation and then we say, okay, let's play around with it even more. So if we have the right thought, I can do this for, like, let's say cake, and then you have the right feeling, confident, but then you don't take action. For example, you get interrupted and you have a different thought, like, oh, maybe I can't. So you don't take the action, right? Something interrupts you, then the result will be you don't bake a cake, right? So the three components, X, Y, and Z, the thoughts, the feelings, and what you do have to all line up to create this magical recipe of the result that you do want, right? And so this changed my whole life, and that's why I wanted to offer it to you. And in looking at it as an equation can help us look at it as kind of something that we can play around with and solve for the X or the Y or the Z, and say, okay, if I can never get myself to the gym, but I thought that I want to get to the gym and I thought that I'm committed, but let me just check it out, right? If my result is, feeling disappointed in myself for not going to the gym, then what thoughts, feelings, and actions do I have that I actually don't ever make it to the gym and I'm disappointed in myself? Oh, it's because I am thinking it's going to be too hard, or I'm thinking I don't want to, then I feel dread, then I don't go, equals the result of not going to the gym, being disappointed in myself. So let's play around with this now. If I want the result for myself to be, I'm proud for myself to going to the gym. Notice how I didn't just say go to the gym. I added a feeling to it, right? I want to feel proud of myself for going to the gym, which is, or maybe for you could be different, right? I want to feel accomplished. I want to feel driven. I want to feel committed. What do you want? I want to feel loved. I want to feel like I take care of myself, right? What feeling do you want to create for yourself when you do get to the gym? And then you can ask yourselves, what are the ingredients that will actually get me to do that? You can say, for me to actually go there, what do I need to feel? Okay. And what thoughts would create that feeling for me? Okay. So that is the equation I have for you all today. If you have any questions about it, I would love to answer them. I have the best conversations with people when they come to me and we talk about things that they think are not optional in their life, and I help them see that they are optional and they actually are the X, Y, and Z. That you actually can change your X and you can change your Y and you can change your Z, right? That is the magic that happens and that actually changes your whole life. All right. Well, I hope you have fun with this. I've seen people take this equation and create incredible results in their life right away, from small instances in their lives to creating the jobs of their dreams, the careers of their dreams. It is an equation that works for every single situation in your life. You do have to make sure that you don't mix up your given, like what's given in your life that you don't have control over, and your X, which is your thought, right? A lot of people confuse the X for the truth of the life, and they say, I can't change this. And that's when the coaching can help you kind of break it a bit, shake it up a little bit, and help you like tune in this equation for yourself. All right, my friends, I love you all so much, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.